All right, y'all. All right, y'all know I gotta get myself together. Okay. I'm looking over here for Facebook, and then you know it always makes a sound, even though I have it muted. It's just gonna be like that this week. Okay. All right. I think we are ready in all places. Facebook check, YouTube check, and Instagram says that I am live. So we are live in all the places that we need to be. There are times that I'm like, I should simplify this and choose one platform. But when I have a message that I feel like I want everybody to get, I'm just going to do it to all three. No matter, hey, Miss Annette, no matter how imperfect it looks, okay? No matter how imperfect it goes, okay? All right, so listen, this week we're on day 3. We made it, we made it, we made it. We're talking about getting back on track. We're talking about that area of our life where we know something has to change, okay? We know something has to change. Hey, what is it? Kama Moreland? Kim, I might have said it all wrong. It don't even sound right coming out my mouth. Tell me your name. So there's an area of your life where you absolutely know something needs to change. You've been looking at it, okay? I don't know. Could be financial, could be spiritual. You might not have been reading your word the way you need to, okay? Could be, hey, Shanice, could be your health, all right? Could be your marriage, hey, Cam, could be your marriage, your relationship with your children, elevation in your career, health, weight, all the things. I don't know, but there's an area of your life. You've been looking at it and you've been meaning to get around to it. All right. So already this week we talked about the reason why you take your time getting around to it. Well, the first reason is because you think you have more time. Like we always overestimate the amount of time that we have to handle a thing. And the truth is, we don't think it's an emergency until it's an emergency. We don't get real serious about our blood pressure until we about to go on medication or about to have a stroke or we didn't have a stroke, right? And so what I want to do is absolutely motivate you, inspire you, and make you believe that the successes that you see other people having are possible for you. But I need you to take some action. All right. So we talked about the reasons that you don't move. We said you think you got more time than you actually do. You're trying to do it perfect. If you can't go 100, you feel like I'm just going to wait until that season in my life where I can go, hey, Keisha, you're like, well, I can go 100 on this thing. So you're going to just, keep on squeezing in these jeans. All right. Keep on picking up a size that you know is not one you're supposed to wear. Right. You're going to keep on eating these snacks. All right. And eventually I'm going to get off of this coffee. Right. So another thing we talked about was we looking at somebody who's successful. We said Simone Biles was not created in one day. You see somebody else's excellence, you see their success, and you think, oh my God, that's not possible for me because they're so great. Not recognizing the greatness took time. Simone Biles didn't just jump out there and start walking on that balance beam and doing those flips. Okay. She even talks about how difficult it is right now. All right. This is years and years and years of perseverance, hurting yourself, dedication, getting back up, deciding not to quit, being consistent. Years, all right? So we look at somebody else doing something and we think that their greatness came with some level of ease that is out of our reach. And I will submit to you that the only thing they've done is just be more consistent, all right? So we talked about why it is you know there's an area that you need to address, you need to get back on track with, and you haven't done it yet. You keep waiting and you keep waiting. All right. But today, hey, Sherelle, today I'm going to talk about here's what happens when you fail to put yourself first. Okay. So yesterday I was on the phone with one of my I've had a couple of principals. This was my second principal ever, but one of the principals that grew me the most professionally. And we had a great working relationship. And we were on the phone yesterday and we were just thinking back on the times, okay, when I used to work at this high school. And the year had to be, I'm telling y'all, it was like 2012, maybe 2013, 2011. I'm a brand new teacher. I absolutely love my job. Okay. And it showed on my face every day when I came to work. I love my job. I love my students. I love the people that I work with. They felt like family. It was just a great environment. And be that as it may, I used to be doing all the things. Okay. And so we were laughing about this time that my son had gone to school. So ever since he was a little baby, so he was a little baby at this time. So it had to be like 2013, it was 2014 because he was born in 14. Okay. So he goes to the daycare and he's oozing some things out of his eyes because he had really, really bad allergies. And the lady who ran the daycare, who I absolutely love, she didn't play. She did not play in any kind of way. She did not play about any type of illnesses. So she was like, I hear you calling it allergies. Call your doctor, but he can't come here until it clears up. So I'm on my way to drop him off to daycare and discover I can't drop him off. So I call my principal and she's like, well, what you want to do? And I'm like, hey, I could bring him to work with me. And she was like, okay. She told me yesterday, this is the first time she ever said, she said, I didn't think you were going to do it. She said, if you're comfortable having him here, come on. Okay, so I'm at work, with the little carry-all. I'm teaching, I'm talking about next level social studies. All right. I'm giving my best teaching everything with my baby on my chest. All right. I'm overwhelmed because it's just a season of the year where grades are due and we're closing out. And I got all these things that I need to do. And quite honestly, the wise thing to do that day would have been to take the sick day. It wasn't that I didn't have sick days. It wasn't that I didn't have permission to take off. I could have. It wasn't impossible. But there was just this expectation that I would put on myself as a mother, as a wife, as a educator. I would have this expectation, this bar that I made up in my head of what it looked like to be great at all of these things. So the lie that I told myself is great teachers don't miss school. Okay. And in my mind, I'm like, I have this lesson. This lesson is ready. I got to get it to my kids. Okay. I got to get it to my kids. My son is not sick. He's going to be with me. I can bring home the bacon fried in the pan. I can do all things. And I'm going to post it on my socials. So I took a picture that day, leaving school. And when I tell y'all, I was some kind of proud of me. Okay. I got my baby in a carrier. I got the diaper bag. I got this humongous teacher bag that I used to roll with on wheels with all my everything that I need to go home and do some more teaching work when I get there. Okay. And my head is held high because I am so proud of the day that I just completed. All right. But today, when I look at that picture, it is such a representation of my lack of boundaries with other people and myself. It was my inability to say, you know what? I'm going to take some time to make sure I'm okay. But nope, I'm pressing. All right. So this is what I want to talk about today, because I feel like we do this as mothers and as wives, we do this more often than not, like thinking that we got to do all the things and we got to do all the things well, with very little grace for us for life to happen, where we just continually push ourselves until we can't go no more. All right. We continually push ourselves until the day we wake up and our body says, you know what, sis? You're not moving today. All right. So I want to talk to you today about what it looks like when you refuse, when you don't listen to the alarms in your life that say you need to take care of yourself. The truth is, you got to do it before the alarms happen. All right. So when you don't take the time, when you neglect your physical health, all right, meaning you don't give your body the proper food, meaning you don't get enough rest, meaning you don't hydrate, meaning you don't move that thing, all right, meaning you eat way too many processed foods and too many carbs and too much trash, too much junk, all right, it's going to show up physically on your body, all right. The problem is We look left and we look right, and everybody else looks like us. Everybody else got wide lows and wide midsections. Okay. So we like, I need to work on it, but I don't look as bad as so and so. And it doesn't matter. You should always be looking for what's best for you. All right. So we already know it's going to show up. You're going to be tired as all get out. So as effective as you think you're being, you're not. You're not your best. You're not showing up as your best. You're going to gain weight, which is going to further make you feel not your best because you remember the day. You know, you remember the days when that thing was snatched. All right. And you keep on looking in the mirror and saying, I got to do something about it. And you just keep buying a bigger size, buying a bigger size, because we're going to get to it one day. But the worst thing is you could end up with some kind of serious health issues. Like I think about the laundry list of chronic illnesses that I dealt with every single day. There is no way that there could be excellence displayed in that. There's no way. All right. So I'm out here with fibroids moving in my stomach, high blood pressure, ocular migraines, can't teach. The thing I love to do, y'all, I love to teach. All right. I love teaching. And I can't do it because I cannot stand noise or light. So I have to turn these lights off and these children need to be quiet right now. How is that for quality of life? Like, how is that really quality of life? But the worst part, the part that I should be most convicted by is this is happening because I have put everything before me. I put these kids that I created. I put these kids that I teach. I put the school that I work at that I love. I put my side business, my being there for my friends. I put everything in front of me. And here's what I want you to know: like, we don't get a notice. We don't get a like, this is the day you're gonna have a heart attack. This is the day you're gonna have a stroke. We don't get a advance notice. We don't get notice of those things. So we have to, like, when you those moments when you look in the mirror and you know I absolutely don't like what I see. When you know you wake up and you don't feel your best. When you keep saying to yourself, I have to get this thing under control. Those are alarms and you cannot ignore them. The consequence is it's going to snowball into something that's bigger than we can handle. So if you got breath in your body, all right, if you sucking in air right now, I want to like encourage you. Like, you don't have to show up tomorrow running a gazillion miles, okay? Because you saw somebody doing, you ain't got to be at the gym lifting the heaviest weights and doing all the grunting, but you need to start taking action today, okay? So some of y'all got a sweet treat planned for the night. Cancel that thing, okay? You don't double back tonight, all right? You don't need it, all right? So now we talked about the physical health. So this is what happens when you don't put yourself first. You put everything in front of you. We already talked about your physical health, your body. Okay, we'll break down on you. Next, you're not going to be well emotionally. So this is what I learned when I studied the book of Luke. It was like this recurring theme, just all, if you ain't never just read Luke all the way through, do that thing, okay? There was a recurring theme, and the entire time, all of the messages in the whole chapter were about being responsible for the condition of your heart, right? I am responsible for my emotions. I'm responsible for my feelings. I'm responsible for my life, right? And so when I allow things to damage me mentally and emotionally, then it changes the condition of my heart. Let me tell you how, okay? I was the show up friend because the label, reliable, dependable, that meant something to me, okay? And it means something to some of y'all, all right? Being the friend that you know that people can count on, the fact that they know, and if they were asked to describe you, that they would say, oh, I can count on her. She's going to be there. It does something for you to be that person to people, and there's nothing wrong with it. Where we go wrong, though, is sometimes we value this label so much that we don't know how to say no when we should be saying no. You know, because we don't want you to be upset or you to snatch your little precious label away from me. So I'm going to say yes, but I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to come to your event. I really don't want to hang out with you. I'd rather be at home on my couch. But we give yeses where we don't really mean it. All right. And what it creates is bitterness, resentment. So you're feeling like, man, I wish I could count on people the way people can count on me. And you have to create the expectation of how to treat you. So you can't hold that over people's heads that you've been there for them and you've made sacrifices and they have better boundaries than you do. All right. Literally, if you keep doing this, it's going to break you down and burn you out. All right. It's just extra stress in your life. So you have to learn how to love yourself enough that you're able to put you first. And sometimes that means that you have to tell other people no. But the reward in that is that you protect your heart from anxiety, depression, resentment, bitterness, anger. Because with those things in our heart, we are not able to be used by God. I'm not worthy. So all the things that I would do, I would come to an event and be like, okay, I'm staying in here 30 minutes. I'm here. I'm just here checking the box. I don't want to be there. And so what you have to do is make a decision that when I agree to do something, when I give a yes, my motives are pure. I don't expect your label or hand clap. I am doing this because I want to, or because I feel the Holy Spirit has told me to. All right. I'm doing it because I want to. I'm helping you move because I want to. I'm coming to your event because I want to. I'm coaching you through your problem because I want to. And so I have learned to stop saying yes to things that I don't necessarily genuinely want to do. So when I tell you yes, I meant yes. Okay. I meant it. It's not a yes, like I'm gonna tell her yes, but I don't feel like it. No. If I don't feel like it, I have scripts that I say, and some of y'all may have heard me say it. I'm usually going to say something like, I got to check my calendar to see if I'm available, which is true. All right. Because I organize my time. Or like in this season of my life, I've got so much going on that if I'm not careful, and this is true for you. So if you right now got so much going on and you woke up this morning like, bet not nobody asked me for nothing new, you can't afford to say yes. You don't have the bandwidth. You're not God. All right. You are a human being with limits on energy and time. There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so much energy you're going to have. There's only so much work your hands can do. So some things you have to give your best to, and you have to trust God with the rest. So we run around here and we burnt out. We tired, we stressed, and we mad at the people that we helping because we feel like they're taking advantage of us. When the truth is, we never set the boundary. Where the resentment comes from is you expect the people to get a revelation. You expect them to be like, I've been asking her for too much lately. I shouldn't ask her for anything. No, they think it's okay. The only way they're going to know is if you're able to communicate the boundary in love and say, hey, listen, I'm in a season of my life. If somebody were to ask me to do anything right now, there are some people, and we can talk about this on a different day. There are some people in my life who do get automatic yeses. Like I value the person. They have added so much value to my life that if they ask me to do something, I'm going to move some things around and figure out how I can do it. All right. My husband being one. Okay. My kids don't even get these automatic yeses, but my husband being one, my friend Rochelle. Anyway, the point is, I have people who I'm going to tell you yes. I will be willing to give you a yes and then figure out how to do it for some people. But if you're not in the, and the people who are on automatic status have been great stewards of me, of their access to me. All right. Meaning they have gotten an access to me. And see, now we're about to go into a whole nother conversation. Okay. Because I want to clear up what I mean when I say access to me. Because somebody feels like saying that people have access to you, you think it's a bad thing. You think it sounds arrogant and you think it sounds cocky. But when you get a revelation of who you are and what you bring to the table, all that people get when they get you, you will be confident, not because you said it, but because God said it. When you understand the assignment and what God has asked you to do, when people get access, when they get you, they get a lot. And you need to be able to say it. So if people that get you get a lot, you can't be available for everybody in the same way. You just can't. So one of the ways One of the ways that I determine the level of access is by how well you have stewarded your access. Okay. So if I didn't gave you some advice and 2 weeks later, we having the same conversation. Now I'm gonna be graceful because I've been there before. I've been the one that you got to tell a couple of times. But if you haven't taken any action, then I'm going to be convinced that you just want to stay right where you are. All right. So now further conversations where I would give you the same information is really a waste of both of our times because you're not in a position to receive the information. How did I get here? Okay. The point I'm making is this. You have to be mindful of who gets access to your time. You only have so much. And if you spread it out everywhere, you'll be left with nothing. And then you'll be mad at the people that you've served. But the real responsibility is on you to protect the condition of your heart. All right. So you have to be aware of the things that are triggers. All right. What are the things or people who have a tendency to burn you out emotionally? If you are the type of person that when I leave your presence, I feel worse than when I came into it, your access just got limited. You just got limited access. I just reduced your access, okay? You got to be willing to do that. And it doesn't mean you don't love them. So there's a whole lot here. We probably need to unpack this more. I think I am. I'm going to put this into some because this is the major reason we're going around doing things for people that we don't want to do. And then we're mad at them because we're stressed. We're burned out. And we are hoping nobody asks us for another thing. Guess what? They ask you for another thing. You need to have strong enough boundaries to be able to say no. And you can say no in love. All right? Because when you say yes to something means no to something else. Every yes means no to multiple things. All right? So if I have a friend who's going through something like, I don't know, at her job, and she wants to talk to me, and I say, I'm going to be here for my friend. I'm going to talk her through this thing and give her advice, which I am willing to do. But I'm willing to do it knowing that it's costing me time that could be used to do other things in the season of my life when I don't have a lot of bandwidth. All right? So I don't have time to waste. Yeah. LaJoy, people think boundaries are bad. Boundaries are love. Boundaries are how I stay in love with you. Okay? Because now I'm letting you know what I am able to do and what I am not able to do because I am responsible for my emotions. I am responsible for the condition of my heart. It's not your responsibility. It's mine. So I have to draw the line for you. And what you're going to find is people who love you, usually I have a group of friends. Okay, so I noticed y'all, this is how I roll. I typically try to plan my week the week before. So on Friday, I do my very best to plan the coming week. Why do I do it this way? I do it this way because I can enjoy my weekend without all the things that I need to do rumbling around in my head. Okay, so the weekend is free. Okay, it's gone. I can do what I need to do. I can relax. I can have Sabbath. I'm not thinking about, oh, I got to do this. I got to do, because I've already put those in a place on my calendar, and I know I'm confident that they're going to be handled in the coming week. So I also map out the whole week. So if you call me and say on a Tuesday, maybe, you want to do coffee, that's going to be a terrible day. It's probably going to be booked because I usually try to make my Mondays and Tuesdays the busiest days of the week. I'm probably busy from the time the day starts to the time the day ends. I'm probably not available. And I can say it in confidence because I'm not lying. I don't have the bandwidth. All right. But if it's a person that I value the relationship, I'll say, hey, listen, this is what I can do. I'm unavailable on Tuesday. Maybe if Wednesday or Friday could work, maybe we could coordinate something for that day. You see how that works? Nobody's feelings are hurt. I'm not available. People who love you get you're not available. They get it. You're a whole grown person with bills, children, spouses, responsibilities, professional duties, probably serving at the church. You got stuff. Grown people have things to do. Grown people have things to do. The other day I was thinking, I said, I appreciate my friends that if we don't talk for a minute, Your feelings not hurt because you understand I got these kids, okay? These children, and you do too, all right? So nobody's mad at anybody, but if it's been a minute and we need some time, all right, there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, listen, when you free, because it's been too long, okay? It's been too long. Let's make some time. Seriously, for real, let's get it on the calendar. For people you value, you'll do that. And so boundaries don't have to be bad, is what I'm saying. Don't look at it as a bad way. It's a way to protect your heart from the things that prevent you from doing what God told you to do. Because when you're resentful, now you got an attitude. You don't even show up as your best self for nobody. So you on assignment in your business or at work, but you got attitude. All right. So the second thing that happens when you don't put yourself first is your mental well-being and your emotional well-being suffer. All right. Here is the whole other truth about what happens next: relationships. When you don't take care of yourself, all right, the person that you show up as for your friends, your family, and your colleagues, I know you think you're doing something, but you're not the most likable version of yourself that you could be. All right. When you get stressed and resentful, you probably yelling at the kids. You ain't got no patience. You there, but you're not there. You're not really present. You're irritable. All right. You see how I told you I love teaching. My first week of teaching, I remember standing in my classroom saying, man, if I ain't have no bills, I'd do this for free. Like I would do it for free. And I immediately pray and ask God that when I don't feel like this about that, move me out of here. Okay. When I don't feel this excited and this passionate to come to the school and teach these babies, and I feel like if I have a mortgage, I do it for free, take me out of here. Pull me out. Oh, I think my internet's tripping. And he did. Okay. And he did just that. All right. So that was a season, probably like my last couple of years, like irritability was like a serious issue. But I'm doing all the things. But I'm agitated. I'm irritable because I can't catch a break and I don't know how I'm gonna get all these things done. I don't know how I'm gonna get all these things done. So I'm agitated and I'm irritated and I'm thinking I'm showing up the best. You think it. You think that you're showing up being a great mama and a great wife, but you got a little attitude. You're talking spicy to the people. You're on the edge. It don't take a lot to make you go from 0 to 100. All right. So when you start learning to fill your own cup, then you'll be able to show up and you'll be able to do what I call bless people from the overflow. You'll be able to bless them from the overflow. You'll be able to be more patient when they're curveballs. That's a trigger for me. I'm a very like that person at times. So if you change the plan, sometimes I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we changing the plan? So I can handle it better now. All right. Here's the other thing that I need you to know as moms. When you set a boundary that says, I am going to take care of myself and then other people, do you know that you are showing your children that taking care of themselves is a priority? So my children have distinct memories of when I was 80 pounds heavier and the person that I am today. And every now and again, they'll remind me, you didn't really talk to us much because you was in the bed. You remember, Aiden used to say, remember when you was overweighted? Okay. So you remember when you're overweighted? All right. So now I model for them. So my kids are walking around now. They're both in sports. They quick to show me, you see these muscles? You see me do these push-ups? Watch me run. Because they see me modeling this behavior every day. There's very rare days. Now that I'm training for the marathon, I get an off day. Hallelujah. But there are very few days that they see me not moving my body. There are very few days that they see me not eating a salad. All right. When they see me make a decision like, okay, we done had too many cookies. Let's pull this thing back together. You are modeling. You are the example for your children. So they're going to do what you do. So just like you wouldn't want anybody taking advantage of your children because they too shy or not confident enough to say no, then don't teach it to them by modeling it to them. because you're showing them that this is okay. It's okay to say yes to everybody and no to you and then be upset about it, be bothered. All right. The next thing is in your career or in your business, I want you to know that if you don't know how to put yourself first, even if you're doing great at your job, you're not doing as good as you could do. All right. Your performance professionally is decreased. You are less productive than you could be. You are less focused than you could be. You are not as far along in your business or your career as you could be. All right. So just the little things, little moments. I hear people say all the time, I was working so hard, I forgot to eat. Eating is a form of self-care. It's a form of taking care of yourself, especially if you choose the most nutrient-dense meals you can find. That's a form of self-care. So when you say, I got so busy, and I get it. There are times where I'm working down and I got to grab, some nuts or something like that because I really don't have time to go in there and make a meal, right? But for some people, this is your norm. I forgot to drink. I get busy at work and I didn't drink my water. It's a form of self-care, all right? And these are the things that help you have mental clarity. We walking around here pumped up on caffeines of all sorts. Anyway, all these energy drinks and caffeines and all these things because we don't have the natural energy to get us through the day. Because we have run ourselves ragged, doing everything for everybody, and probably didn't go to bed on time. So this is what I want you to do. And I want to know the truth. If anything I said sounds like something you have done in love, I want you to tell me in the chat if failing to put yourself at the top of the list has affected your health. Tell me which one. Is it health? Is it your emotions? Is it your relationships? Is it your career? Which one has been affected? Because it's definitely one. So I know you're thinking, okay, how in the world, Tanisha, Tucker? Okay, I'm busy. You just said I got a husband or I got these kids, I got a job. Now you want me to move my body every day, eat vegetables and drink water. And how am I going to do that? All right. When I really already feel like I don't have any time. So I want to give you a couple of little takeaways. All right. It's not as difficult as you think. The word self-care for some reason make people think we about to go to the spa. They think we finna go get a massage. But the word self-care just means taking care, prioritizing the care of you is what it means. So one way you can do that is by having quiet, devotional prayer time first thing in the morning. It is one of the best ways to fill your cup up so that you are fortified for whatever is going to come your way that day. We got to be on guard. We got to be ready. We don't know what's going to happen. All right? Because life be lifing. You might plan the perfect day. Okay? Your schedule might be, look, come on, thank you, trivia. Your schedule might be perfectly written and everything in the little boxes. And then it just take one little thing to throw that thing all the way off. But when you have filled your cup up, you have a greater ability to be able to pivot. Oh, did I lose my sound? Oh, no, IG. Okay, IG people, can y'all hear me? I think my Instagram, when you get a notification, I think it. Can y'all hear me? Let me ask them. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to ask. Can they hear me? See what they say. I don't know. My battery was low and then somebody sent a text. All right, so quiet devotional time first thing in the morning. All right, fill your cup with the word is your greatest weapon and create time. Okay, I'm gonna go off. I'm going to hop off and back on. All right, I'm closing it because they said they can't hear me on Instagram. And I'm going to share it, and then I'm going to do another one. All right, I'm back on this screen. So quiet time. It don't have to be all day. You don't have to be in there in summer revival. All right. You don't gotta be praising the Lord for 5 hours, all right? But it's something that you need to prioritize. In about 30 minutes, I am able to pray, write in my gratitude journal, um, 30 to 40, 30 to 50, depending on how the Holy Spirit. I'll say 30 to 50, but most days it's somewhere between like 30 and 40 minutes. I am able to pray. I am able to read my devotion. I am able to write in my prayer journal. I'm able to write out my gratitude list, and I'm able to do some form of Bible study. And then I'm able to sit in quiet, which allows me just to be in God's presence in 30 to 40 minutes. All right. And I need you to know that it has the greatest impact on my entire day. I promise you, every time I don't do it, the days I don't do it, it's like they be like, oh, she ain't ready today. The enemy be like, oh, she not, this the day to get her. She did not do it. The days I don't do it be the days that something happened and then I'm knocked off my pivot. All right. Come on, dream builders. That's right. So quiet devotion time first thing in the morning. The next thing is if you have an Apple Watch reminds you multiple times during the day to take you one of them little breathing breaks. Okay. It would behoove you to do it. So at some point during the day, 60 seconds. And sometimes I get to doing it and I be like, I need another round. Okay. I might do 2 or 3 of them things. All right. But if you got an Apple Watch, at some point during the day, this watch will notify you it would be a great time to take a breathing break. You should actually consider doing it. That's a form of self-care. It's just allowing you to center yourself, be aware of you, how you're feeling, what you need. All right. Another thing you could do, these are just small little things, okay? Go to bed on time. Set a boundary with yourself and everybody you know around your bedtime so that you can be properly rested for the coming day. That's 3 little easy breezy things that you could do right now to just start making small. Take yourself for a quick little 5-minute walk. These are small little bitty deposits that you can make every day. All right. So you can do those 3 things, but the real first step I need you to do is come to my masterclass. All right. Because I'm going to show you how to prioritize yourself. All right. So you can take the real first step in learning how to prioritize yourself and come to my Moms Who Thrive. All right. The word thrive, I love this word because what it represents, most people have no revelation what it means to be thriving, which just means to be improving and developing well is all it means. It means to be flourishing and prospering. And that's God's will for us. It's God's desire for us. All right. So I have a master class on September the 12th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm going to talk about more strategies, more things that you can do to take control of your health. You want to get the weight off? I'm talking about that. You want to get more energy? I'm talking about that. You want to feel more confident? I'm talking about that. You want to talk about how to take care of yourself, even if you got a busy schedule? I'm talking about that. All right. So if you are ready, okay, if you're ready, all you got to do is comment the word thrive. I'll send you the link so that you can save your seats. I'm teaching. It's not one of them where I'm gonna come give you a piece of the game. So come ready to take some notes. I'm teaching. My favorite thing to do. Okay. I'm teaching. But in all seriousness, there's no more time to waste. There's no more time to be on the sidelines watching other people look good in their clothes. Okay. Seeing other people look cute in their clothes and saying, one day I'm gonna do that. Okay. Seeing other people, aging gracefully and saying, I need to do better. Seeing other people having great marriages and great relationships that one day I'm gonna do that. Seeing people thrive or develop in their career or their profession. Seeing people who are healthy emotionally and mentally. And you look at yourself in the mirror and you think that's good for them. You think that's good for them. And I need you to know, if you don't hear me say nothing else this week, it's good for you too. The same God that orchestrated it for them, that desired it for them, wants to do the same for you, but he needs you to take action. He needs you to start moving. He needs you to act. He don't have nothing to bless but a bunch of wishes right now. He ain't gonna do nothing with that. He gonna need some action. Hey, Tennille. Yeah, he needs some action. So we got to start moving. So y'all can start those. Now, these are the tips. Sign up for the masterclass because I'm going to teach you more. But in the meantime, you can start carving out some time for prayer and devotion in the morning. Actually take a few minutes to kind of breathe and go to bed on time. Another one is an app that I use called How We Feel, one of my favorite apps, where you pinpoint how you feel at different points during the day. And you write what you were doing and where you were and who you were with. And what it does is just allows you to get control of your emotions and the triggers, the things that are triggering you during the day. And what I was able to see with the app is you have more great you're usually more happy. Like the blips where you're irritable or you feel agitated are much smaller than when you feel well. All right. So sometimes when we're in our feelings and we're feeling impatient and we are, irritable, we don't want to be bothered and we wish somebody would play with us today. When you get there, you feel like it's always like this. But I think what you'll find is more often than not, it's the other way around. But you don't know it because you're not monitoring it. All right. So if you need to get your seat for the Moms Who Thrive Masterclass, it's a free masterclass, don't cost you a thing, okay? But your time, and I don't play by time, all right? So I will not let you come in that room and waste your time. Comment the word Thrive, and when you do, I'll send you the link so that you can get your seat. We're meeting on September the 12th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It may be, I would like to do another masterclass in September, but for right now, that's the only one I got slated, all right? So listen, guys, I absolutely love you to life, all right? I am the authority, okay, in motivation, inspiration, encouragement. I do that effortlessly, but I am called to grab you by the hand and move you into action in your life so that you can start living the life that God desires for you, not just you, but your entire family, all right? You are the heart of your house. And when you are well, mentally, spiritually, physically, everybody attached to you gets better. Everybody. So we owe it to the people that we love the most to become the best version of ourselves so that they can too. All right. So I love y'all to life. I will see y'all tomorrow, same time. Okay. 7:30 Central Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.